Democracy gave us a voice, but somewhere along the way, the volume knob got stuck on stupid. It's time we stop letting clowns run the circus just because they sell tickets. The future doesn't belong to the loud, it belongs to the sharp, to the bold, to those who still know how to think. So if you're one of the few who still questions the feed, dodges the algorithm, and upgrades your mind like you upgrade your rig, welcome to Phantom Tech. We don't censor, we debug. I'm just another tech phantom signing into it, Phantom Tech. So welcome and hello world, and don't forget to subscribe. So, welcome today to the CensorNet, where good intentions go to die. Let's get one thing straight. Everyone's censoring the internet. Governments left, right, and center are passing regulations and rules, all under the comforting guise of protecting the children. Sounds noble, right? Except it's not. This isn't about kids stumbling onto content they shouldn't. This is about power. It's about narratives. It's about controlling what you see, what you say, and ultimately what you believe. And the kicker? These decisions aren't being made by people with good intentions. They're being made by those terrified of dissent. Governments, corporations, regulatory bodies, all desperate to avoid public accountability because nothing screams fragile ego like hiding the dislike button or removing a comment section that's been ratioed into oblivion. Remember when you could scroll through comments or check the dislikes and know immediately if a video was total garbage? That was digital democracy at work, the power of consensus. But that power was inconvenient, so in came the thought police. The solution to unpopular narratives: don't improve the content, delete the feedback, no downvotes, no critique, no voice, just pure unadulterated propaganda wrapped in an algorithm that pretends it's for safety. So, from World Wide Web to walled gardens where once upon a time the internet was global, WWW stood for World Wide Web, not Walled Western Wonderland. But now, South Korea has its own siloed internet, China perfected the firewall model, and the West racing down the same path, just with better PR and pastel-colored UI. Region-locked content, national censorship laws, fragmented platforms based on politics, values, and who can lie with a straighter face. You know, we're not evolving, we're regressing toward a digital apartheid. Then enters the Real ID regime. Here's the part they don't want to say out loud. Real ID is coming to the internet. Not in 20 years, not in 10. Try within 5. Australia has already moved. New legislation now requires anyone who wants to post online to verify their age, likely through official documentation. They say it's to protect kids from online harms, bullying, predators, explicit material. But that's the bait. The switch: every internet user becomes trackable, every account traceable. Want to post? Prove you're human. Want to comment? Prove you're of age. Say on God, lit on lit in a video. Straight to YouTube, kids, no questions asked. It's a digital babysitter with no sense of humor and a court order to enforce silence. And the worst part, it's not governments directly handling your verification. It's companies like Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, insert ad company here. Imagine handing your passport to a raccoon and hoping it uses it to open a savings account. That's what we're doing. These companies are ad-funded, hack-prone, and data-hungry. You are not their priority. Your profile is. Remember the T app? It was a glorified shame board, basically a digital doxing app. Its privacy policy, non-existent. It leaked more than a politician in a scandal. But here's the horror. If that minor app could leak like a sieve, what happens when YouTube fumbles your driver's license? We need accountability, but not like this. So let's be real. We need some kind of age verification, some degree of digital accountability. But handing your biometric life to ad networks is not the move. What we need is a third-party decentralized cryptographic verification token. Something that says, yes, this user is real and old enough without revealing your full ID to some caffeinated intern in Silicon Valley. Because right now, this is not about protecting kids. It's about building firewalls to silence adults. This is about making sure you can't challenge the narrative. And don't fall for the old, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear trick. Because guess what? They decide what's worth hiding. What's fine today could be criminal tomorrow. Just a single narrative shuffle and boom, you're the villain in someone's morality play. This has already happened and will again. Still think it's all a paranoid fever dream? Remember the COVID era censorship? Shadow bans, deplatforming, misinformation labels slapped on anything that stepped even slightly off the mainstream script. That was the dry run, the beta test. And now we're in the launch phase. This time they're not even subtle about it. The internet was supposed to connect us. You could meet someone halfway across the planet and find out they were just like you. That kind of connection kills propaganda. It's empathy in action. But regionalized, firewalled internets? That's not connection. That's digital xenophobia. It's curated reality, sanitized dialogue. It's turning the open internet into state-approved broadcast TV. Who's really behind it all, you might be asking? Let's not be naive. These companies, they don't want to do this. They're being forced. Not by one government. By all of them. Authoritarian, democratic, it doesn't matter. This is global consensus on digital control. It's fear of dissent wrapped in digital safety rhetoric. Companies like Google and Meta aren't just capitulating, they're complicit. But they're also cornered. Break the rules, lose your license to operate, so they comply, and you lose. This isn't about children anymore. There is a valid debate to be had about content and age appropriateness. That's fine. That's important. But what we're seeing goes way beyond that. We're not just safeguarding innocence. We're muzzling adults, banning opinions, sanitizing reality, and pretending it's all for your protection. It's not. This isn't about protecting your child's innocence. It's about protecting the system's image, leading us to a phantom warning. Open eyes, people. This be the time. And that brings us to now, our digital horizon. The veil is lifting, the game plan is obvious, and the stakes, unreal. The internet we get tomorrow depends on how loud we are today. Here at Phantom Tech, we don't just review GPUs, debunk shady benchmarks, or laugh at $500 RGB mice. We fight for digital freedom. Because the best gear in the world won't matter in a walled garden filled with fake smiles and missing comment sections. So keep your firewall up, your mind sharp, and your voice loud. Because silence isn't neutral anymore. It's permission. And if you value content that calls out the nonsense and fights for an internet worth saving, smash like, smash subscribe. Let's push forward, not just with better tech, but with better awareness. If we're building the future, we better make damn sure it's a future worth logging into. I'm just another tech phantom. Signing off from Phantom Tech. Bye-bye all you lazy slackers, and peace.
Will we as a species change our ways, or will we continue down a path of short-term gains and long-term consequences? The answer defines not just our future, but whether humanity truly deserves its place among the stars. So, will you continue to live the lie, or will you finally see and acknowledge the truth? Lag is a bitch, people. I'm ready when you are. Until then, thanks for watching Phantom Tech, and until next time, peace!